Springbok Pharmacy is based in Alberton. It's owned by Dischem. Well, we spoke to the MMC for Community Safety Frans Mmoko, who said that the store had failed to notify health authorities when a staff had tested positive. Springbok Pharmacy says this is not true and it's denied some of his other claims. Let's first hear what the MMC had to say. We will be speaking to Dischem.
We went to the pharmacy this morning amid reports and alarming concerns from reports on social media and the staff themselves that there was a reported case and nothing would have been done in as far as their well-being was concerned. So we did not want to downplay those allegations. We went there. We were accompanied by the officials from Health Department from the city of Ekhurhuleni. We were then presented with, what was supposed to be precautionary measures, which we were not totally convinced of. And I'll tell you, we were not convinced because the only thing that the pharmacy would have done was to subject the person who tested positive to isolation. But and further than that, they only closed temporarily for a few hours and claim that they have depleted their stock. But this would be a person who became in contact with a lot of patients because it happened inside their clinic. But it would have happened to a person who got in touch with fellow, colleagues. So we were so surprised that nothing to that effect was done in terms of making sure that they are either pre-screened or subjected to intense tests if they showed any symptoms. Yeah. So they just decided to operate as business as usual.
So no quarantine either, MMC, for any of the colleagues? They weren't asked to self-isolate or self-quarantine?
Nothing. Quite disappointingly, nothing. And I'm saying you can't really want to deal with these issues alone without alerting the authorities. Because we are here, especially the health department, who understand these protocols better than all of us, who can then guide you in terms of the measures that need to be pursued. So the officials from Ekhurhuleni, that was the first time that they heard of the presentation from the store, the same time as I did.
Well, in a statement today, Springbok Pharmacy now says it strongly condemns the actions and comments by the MMC. It says the MMC and his delegation and media crew had no authority to arrive unannounced into the store and accuse it of not following health and safety standards. The pharmacy says it's considering legal action. Springbok Pharmacy says it has always adhered to all sanitation and hygiene measures. It has confirmed that while one staff member has been diagnosed with COVID-19, the employee in question has also been self-isolating from the 6th of May. The statement also says other employees were screened and tested and instructed to self-isolate. Okay, so we have two conflicting versions of the same story. We're now joined by Lizeth Kruger, the National Clinic Manager for Dischem. Ms. Kruger, thank you very much. So the MMC, let's just look at some of the claims. He says that somebody tested positive, but the other staff members at Springbok Pharmacy in Alberton were not asked to then go for testing, for self-isolation, for quarantining at all. So you are denying that claim?
Yes, we are denying it, and I would like to set the record straight. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to give the correct information to South Africa. So on Tuesday afternoon, around about 2:30, we were alerted that there was a positive employee in Springbok. We closed the store immediately. All the employees are screened every single morning before the store opens, temperature screening and obviously the signs and symptoms of COVID-19. So when we heard that she is positive, we closed the store, like I said. We screened all the employees again. We identified the close contacts that worked with the particular employee and also those that had a sign and symptoms. In total, we swab tested 18 of the employees in Springbok Pharmacy on Tuesday. The 18 were self-isolated and sent home immediately, explained why they have to self-isolate. And the store was closed for Wednesday. So the Wednesday, Steiner came in and did a deep sanitized the store. And then on Thursday, we opened the store without the 18 that we swab tested. And, what's really bad is that the allegations that we didn't let the authorities know. So the Department of Health was at that particular employee's house already on Tuesday, where we already confirmed that she's positive. So they already went to her house on Tuesday afternoon. On Thursday, too, Department of Health people came to the store. They met with the pharmacy manager and went through all the documentation, made copies of everything. So it was quite a surprise when they rock up on Thursday and just barged into the store with media. And then, obviously, the MMC making allegations that's really not correct.
All right, so you believed you were completely ambushed. I don't know why the MMC would do this if there was no basis to the claims. Can you speculate as to how this happened?
So I really feel that that they are treating it incorrectly. We would like to, and we've got a very good relationship with the Department of Health, being also in the health sector. And we believe that if you take hands from the private and the public sector, we can actually fight this virus. But it feels like we are fighting against other authorities that doesn't want to listen, that doesn't want to look at what we do in terms of our protocol, and specifically the MMC, the Frans Mmoko. He was part of the delegation on Thursday, and we showed him all the documentation and made copies. And he went out of the store, and there was policemen also guarding the store. And he did an interview on Eyewitness News that was also totally. We were speechless when we saw the interview, and then he demanded for us to close the store. And that's not correct. I mean, that's not in a democratic South Africa. That's not accordingly to rules and regulations, we believe.
Yeah. But are you taking legal action? It sounds like Springbok Pharmacy says it's considering that.
We will make a statement on Monday regarding that.
Ms. Kruger, there have been other claims, not many, but there was a case in Boksburg, I believe, a Dischem where many staffers tested positive. A local newspaper ran a story and said a source then, so I think this was in April, said that people continued working while waiting for their results, and then after your results come back positive, they want you to immediately leave their shop. Is that claim also not true? That was a previous case.
Yeah, that was a previous case, and I was also part of the investigation from a Dischem perspective. And I actually did an interview on Eyewitness News after that incident as well. And also at the Boksburg North store that Sunday, also explaining that we followed protocol. We tested the whole store, and that's more than you have to do in terms of the protocol. So you have to identify if there's signs and symptoms and close contact. We tested all the employees in Boksburg North again. Yeah. And
but the one claim that's been made twice here is that you don't send people home to self-isolate while they're waiting for their test results, or do you do that as part of your protocol?
That's part of our protocol. Absolutely, we do. The moment when the protocol from the Department of Health is the moment when you test a swab test employee, they have to self-isolate until they get the results of the lab test, and that's what we do. Definitely.
Ms. Kruger, so are people safe to walk into any Dischem or Dischem-owned store?
Absolutely, and I want to stress it again. I said with the previous interview, COVID-19 is not just in Dischem pharmacies. It's in South Africa. And if we work together as South Africans, we will combat this virus.
Yeah, sure.
We do as much as possible in terms of our deep cleaning, the personal equipment, protection equipment for our employees. So yes, absolutely, everybody is safe to go into a Dischem store.
Ms. Kruger, the final thing, we can't deny Dischem attracted negative coverage around the inflation of certain items, of masks. We have heard from your CEO saying this was about supply and demand. Dischem had to pay more for those items when they were brought in to the store, and you are fighting that. Can you tell us where that legal battle is right now?
No, I'm the National Clinic Manager, as you said. So I'm not on the buying and selling. I believe that it's still it's at a stage where they are going to make a decision. But I believe that the truth will again come out.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much for your time this evening. That was for reaction to the story we had earlier. We were speaking to Lizeth Kruger, the National Clinic Manager for Dischem.